Hello my friend, welcome to my channel Faisal Azib. I hope that you are well. So the DOM actually also includes CSS styles. And so with the DOM manipulation we can also change styles. So let's try that out now. And what I want to do here is to change the background of this entire page. Here to a green color whenever the player gets the right number. So when the player wins the game. And we will also make this number here wider than. So let me just demonstrate that here in the demo. Let's reload. Let's try. So let's quickly win the game. Too high. 10. Too high. 7. Too high. 6. Too high. Be quick. 5. Oops. Check. Good. So you see we want this green background and also this number here being weird. Okay? It's very important. And for that, of course, we need to manipulate the style of this page. So the CSS. Okay? So that should happen here in the if where it's equal. Guess secret number. So in this scenario, where the players wins the game. So where the guess is equal to the secret number, and actually let's add some comment here to make this code a little bit easier to understand. So this one, I'll just put it here after the else, like this. So this one, when player win. Okay? Here. I know, I forgot, sorry, this one. So here, when there is no input, okay? And here, where the guess is too high, okay, and here where the guess is too low. Okay, so this now at least looks like a bit nicer. But anyway, let's now learn how to manipulate CSS styles. So we want to manipulate the style of this whole page. And so what we need to do is to select the whole body of this page. Okay? So from the index, the whole body of the page. It is the first thing. And so the body is basically this entire visible part of the website. So it's basically this whole element. Alright? So as always, we need to start by selecting the element that we want to manipulate. So here I come back of the JavaScript. So here what I will do, document dot query selector, okay, and now it is just the body element, so there is no dot because that's for class, the dot. It's just really the element name here. And since there is only one body, it's going to work just fine. So we'll just put here body, the element body. So here we select the body element, and we have only one. And now we want to change the CSS style. So here we need to write dot style. Okay? So we access basically the style property of this element and then another dot and then the name of the property that we want to change. And in this case, it is the background color. So background, okay, color this one like this. And in CSS we write background color like this background color. I will do it here before to continue. We write it like this in CSS, background color. Okay, like in CSS. But here in JavaScript we write it with first lowercase and uppercase. Right? However, so in JavaScript it is not allowed to do it like the CSS. And so in JavaScript, all this property name that have two words like background color, we simply adopt the camel case notation that I already explained to you before. And that we have been using all the time. So instead of background dash color, it's going to be background uppercase C for color like this. And the same rule applies to all the other property names that have multiple words. Okay? So style dot background color, and now we set it to something. And let's get the actual color from our CSS. As you see it, here is it. So you see that background color here is the one that we are trying to define, and we specify it to this color value. So this is the standard RGB value in hexadecimal, and so we set it to equal to, then we just, I will copy this one, go back to JavaScript. So we must just write here equal and then an open string, and I write the value that we want to set it to. So simple like this. So just like before, so to set anything on the DOM, we simply use the equal sign. So we have all of this. So the background color property on the style property, and we want to set it to this value, and so we set it equal to the value, okay? So that's one part. And now let's also increase the width of this number here. I mean a simple secret number. Okay, so that's important because I want to show you something there. So I will do something. I will drink some tea, maybe before document dot. I have it number. Where is it? I will write it, no problem. Query selector, and it is the number. Okay. And again, we want to change the style. So what we will do? Dot style. Okay. And what I want to change the width property. So dot width. And here we specify the string. Okay. So whenever we are manipulating a style, we always need to specify a string. We cannot just write like a number, like for example here 30. No, we cannot do this. No. It has to be a string. In there, we need the unit also. So let's see in CSS what we have. Okay, do you see? We have all this, where is the number? Where is it? So, the number that I'm looking for currently have the width of 15 rem. And now I want to double it. So what I will copy this one if you want, and I will change it to 30. To 30. I will double it. Okay, like this. So simple. And again, it needs to be inside of string. I cannot just write something like this. 30 area. No, impossible. Or 30. Okay? Just a number. That will not work. We have to specify a string. Okay, remember this. Very important. Which in this case contains the number plus the unit. So the same would be for percentage or pixels. Or whatever unit we use in CSS. Okay? So let's try this now. I will go back here. And let's try to, I will directly win the game. Check. Good. Do you see? It worked perfectly. So let's get right the console here. Where is the console? This one. I will remove it. Then the page looks like a bit nicer. And you can also, by the way, if you want, remove all the message from here if you want, no problem. Okay? So, if you want to get right the terminal here, VS Code, because even if you close this panel here, the process will still keep running. The only way we stop this process from running is by hitting Ctrl plus C, which will kill the terminal. Okay, so let's close it because this takes up too much space. We don't need it, but now yeah, so this just worked fine. Okay, we can try it. Okay, then it worked fine, no problem. Good. Now this style actually set as a inline style or in inline style. So of course we are not changing the CSS file or anything like that. No, no. And let me just show that to you. So what I will do, I will just right click, I will inspect. Okay, I will just increase maybe. And here I will go to the class number, this one. So as you can see, it is in an inline style. Okay, so the style is applied directly in the HTML using the style attribute, and the same is going to be true for the body inline style. Do you see? Exactly. So here, you see here, this is the background color that we just applied. All right, good. So of course, not changing the CSS file or anything like that. Okay, and that's it. Actually, that's really the fundamental of manipulating styles in CSS. The most important thing to remember is to use the style property, and then on there is where we specify the CSS property. And we need to specify that property in the camel case notation in case that is two words, and then the value always needs to be a string. So that's all you need to know in order to change styles like we just did here. It's good. We are doing great progress here, as you can see in this project, and I hope that you are enjoying this so far, and that you find it a lot of fun to be able to manipulate a web page like this. Anyway, in the next video, inshallah, we will implement this reset button. Okay? We implement it basically where we can play the game again. And so I hope to see you there soon. So take care of us. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel Faisal Azib, to follow me on Instagram, faisal.chiku. To like this video, share it with your friends. I tell you goodbye. Wassalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.